All right, I think we live. All right, what's up? Goshen, your boy Goshen's back. Here to ramble again. I just like rambling at this point. It's kind of interesting listening to myself, talk. At least in terms of playing back my old the lives I just did, a few lives. This is my third live. Actually, it might be my fourth. I have to look at my stuff. But hey, starting, I guess. But it's interesting. It shows just how little it shows just how little skill I have in speaking when I listen to myself stutter a lot. Stuttering and shit. But it's still fun. All right, but let's get into it. Um Man, there's a lot of stuff that you can talk about. So I'm just gonna be everywhere for a while. I like talking. I want to talk about a lot of stuff. But let's get into this before this minute of me rambling. Um, I just want to do this. Give a few shout outs to some few individuals that I like listening to. Um, One individual go by the name of Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. Uh, Gentleman, thinking is either late 40s, early 50s, I believe. PhD. I'd have to do a little bit more research on where he attended school. But the man uh, has a great body of work when it comes to male issues, specifically black male issues, and all the myriad of issues that affect us black men. Um, Anywhere from child support to law, how the law affects us, how the courts affect us, homelessness, even when it comes to well, because he is an educator. Oh, I know he works at California. Works in California. I can't remember the name. I have to go do my goddamn research. But I listen to him quite a bit. Um, Keeps me up to date on some of the, one of the many areas, one of the many people I go to listen to when I want to hear about some of the things that's affecting our community. And he's here on YouTube. You can find him on I believe you can also find him on Twitter. I know you can follow him on Facebook. At T Hassan Johnson. He also got a site, Black Masculine and Black New Black Masculinities. Um, Got a site, where he is, um, he asks, you know, as many men in the community to contribute to what they believe, um, are affecting them, or what they want to fight for. I think that's a good read. Just one of the a few of them. Number one, um, uh, what they wanted was family court reform. Because even I know I'm 30, not 30. I'm not 30. I'm 29. Even as a youngin, I understood. I definitely understood that the courts was heavily in the mother's favor. I knew that from Jump Street. That's why I always be thankful to my dad for that. But again, and that is not just child support and custody and stuff like that. Um, like I said, number one is family court. I was just skimming through what it was, which I do need to read. Second was education, which is definitely there, and affirmative action, and homelessness, and a big issue again is also unemployment. He talks about So shout out to Mr. Doctor, I'll say Doctor T. Hassan Johnson. Um, Another individual I wanted to give a shout out to is Tariq Nasheed. He's more on the political side. He is a film director though. Shout out to Buck Breaking and shout out to his book Race Baiter. If you guys want to go ahead and go grab that, great book. I again need to get that myself, but I listen to him. Listen to a lot of his lives or I just listen to the video when I get a chance. I wasn't the never I was never the biggest when it comes to politics. I don't trust I don't really trust politics. I don't know much about it. I try not to get out of it. I try not to get into to that too much because I know that's where the real worst type of corruption is in politics. Ain't you? I don't think anyone that can really convince me of any other issue or problem that is really rampant in politics because politics is everywhere. But I tend to stay away from it. I don't really, trust the Democrats. The damn show didn't trust the Republicans. I don't trust neither of these motherfuckers. I don't trust too many people in the House of Representatives or the goddamn Senate. Barely trust any of the presidents. So I try to tend to stay out of the political realm. But listen to Mr. Tariq Nasheed, got me into politics a little bit more, looking at it and paying attention to it um, a little bit more these days. And that's a big part, and thanks to him. Also I know they butt heads. I definitely agree uh, with FBA. Again, I'd have to do more research to see if I would even be considered FBA. Even if I don't, I support the cause. Fuck that. Give us cash for slavery. FBA is a lineage. It's not a movement, ladies and gentlemen. Repeat this. It's my understanding. I'm confident in saying it. FBA is a lineage, not a goddamn movement. Also, again, I was gonna say this earlier. I know they butt heads with the 80. Uh, Now, ADOS, I believe, American Descendants of Slavery. I believe that's a movement. Um, you know, but I listen to Tone Talks too. He gives he gives great information from his view. He be putting me up on game that I ain't hear many other people. And uh, uh, I think Yvette Cornell. I listen to a little bit of her, but I mainly stick to Mr. Nasheed um, and Tone Talks. So shout out to those two brothers again. Like I said, yeah, I know they butt heads. They butt heads. They got that pass. I don't know too much about that, but when it comes to politics and again also stuff around the community on the political side, and again it's not just political. Again, like I said, Mr. Rican Sheets, a film director. He's made quite a few films. Same with Mr. Tone Talks. I believe he's an. I know he practices law. I don't want to say he's an attorney. Let me see, lawyer. Yeah, I got to clearly do more research. But regardless, I know he practices law. I know he practices law. So shout out to those two guys in terms of let's keep me up on game with the politics um, and the reparations fight. Definitely need that. I definitely respect that. Um, and who else that I want to give a shout out to? Oh, yeah. Also, definitely give a shout out to um Mr. PGS Ipmore. Um, Now I believe he has a engineering, no tech. I think he was a tech background, tech or engineering background. You know, I've never seen a guy's face, but he drops knowledge, does his research, hand in hand. Um, he works a lot with Mr. T.S. Johnson, talking about the issues with the community, um, that I never heard of. Um, so shout out to Mr. BGS, and the rest of the rest of those guys over there. I like listening to them. Um, like listen to what they have to say. The articles, they always be posting the articles, and they reference parts where they get their research. If I remember, BGS was writing a book. I think that book already probably came out. I think that book already came out. But if it didn't, regardless, he was writing a book, um, something like that. And yeah, I definitely want to give him, Mr. BGS, a shout out, because um, I I found Mr. Johnson, um, sure, I ain't gonna say shortly after, but after I discovered BGS. Around the same time I discovered, Mr. Tariq Nasheed too, and Tone Talks. So shout out to those guys. Um, yeah, I want to keep this short, but I ramble. There's uh again, like I said, bro, that's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be. I can say roasted, but again, y'all know I'm opinionated. See, there go my poor communication skills there, talking ability. Regardless, I'm gonna be, giving my wide and unsolicited opinion on some Dragon Ball stuff later. Sorry about that. Yeah. So after this, later today, tonight, hopefully I'm not too goddamn lazy. Um, I'll be talking about some Dragon Ball. Man, I read like 2, 3 articles. We're gonna get to that later. We're gonna get that later. Shout out to the individuals though. There was quite a few other individuals that I really need something. So that's not important. But shout out to you guys. And again, Dr. Chiasan Johnson, Mr. Tariq Nasheed, Mr. Tone Talks. I know that's not his whole name. That's the show. That's his YouTube channel name. And Miss BGS, intellectual guys. But all right, come out. Go shit. Not enough.